Welcome to another edition of the Steelers Speak. I'm Teresa Varley, and today's guest is defensive end Nick Eason. Eason has battled back from a tough off-season and hasn't missed a beat this year, providing depth on the defensive line. Today, Eason talks about Sunday's game against the New Orleans Saints, the defense, and his tough off-season. Nick, this week you play the Saints, Halloween night in New Orleans. You ready for the madness and the excitement of that?
Yeah, I'm ready. Sounds scary, being in New Orleans and kind of knowing the history of that city. And, also at the same time, it brings back memories of Hurricane Katrina as well. And, we'll be facing the defending Super Bowl champions, and they, have a lot of talent on their team. So it's going to be a challenge.
What type of challenges does Drew Brees bring for this defense?
Oh, man, Drew Brees has played at a high level for a long time. He's very smart. He's very patient, and he puts up a lot of numbers. And, that goes to show you what type of offensive line they have. They have great receivers there. And, he's the big leader on their team. And, having him has made a huge impact, not only for the team, for on the city as well. And he's a great role model. And, he's going to make good decisions and read our defenses and try to make plays.
Reggie Bush has missed some time due to injury. How different is that team without him in there versus with him?
Super Bowl championship teams, always have depth. So I'm pretty sure they got some guys that can come in there and fill in for him and do just as good of a job. But Reggie, is an animal himself. That's why he was picked, where he was picked in the draft. And, he can run the ball very well. He can catch the ball. He can hurt you in a special teams game. So he is a huge weapon. He's an all-around type guy. He's an all-around athlete. Everybody knows about him, what he's capable of doing. And so it makes a big difference having him in the game. I think a lot of defenses have to prepare for him, a type of guy like that.
You've gone through it where you've been a Super Bowl champion and you've had the target on your back the following season. Is there extra motivation to defeat that defending Super Bowl champion? Most definitely,
anytime you experience success, everybody wants to get a piece of you. And I'm pretty sure all the Saints, the players know that. Anytime you win one Super Bowl, you want to win another one. I'm pretty sure it's their goal, this season to repeat that. And they very well still do have an opportunity to do so. They have a great team. And so all credit to them as well. And but as well, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to win a Super Bowl too. Everybody's trying to get to that big show. And so it's going to be a huge game. The emotion's going to be high. I'm pretty sure the fans are going to be into it. Like you said, it's Halloween, and it's a huge game. Steelers versus the Saints, and black and gold versus black and gold. So it's going to be huge.
You referred to the depth that the Saints have a little while ago, but yet this defensive line this year has a lot of depth. How valuable is it, especially as the season goes on, to be able to rotate the D-line like they have and keep guys fresh?
I mean, it's huge. It keeps guys from getting banged up and playing a lot of plays. We're a veteran defensive line here, and rotation is very important and keeps guys healthy. A lot of teams have, basically put themselves out of the playoffs or put themselves in the playoffs by just having guys that are healthy on the field, and that's huge. And you also have depth. Sometimes some guys are going to get hurt. You want to have guys that can come in and just perform at a high level, just like the starters can. So that's kind of some things that we feed off here at the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have a lot of good depth at every position, and that gives you a chance to make yourself a championship caliber team.
How much growth have you seen from Ziggy Hood since his rookie year?
Oh, Ziggy has grown tremendously. We run not a very complicated defense, but we do have a lot of defensive fronts and different looks. And as a rookie, sometimes you can have those rookie jitters, as I would say. Coming in, learning a new defense, a whole new different technique. And but he's adjusted very well. This year, he has a better understanding of the defense and what we're expecting out of him and where to fit in the defense. And he's doing a whole lot better. He's playing very hard, playing very well. And so he's going to, I believe he's going to have a really long career. And he's going to be, a Pro Bowl type caliber player as well.
This is the first of 3 straight night games. Is there a different atmosphere, a different excitement with a night game? You're the only game on, everybody's watching.
Yeah, it's huge. That the nation's watching, so you want to, show people what we're about. It gives an opportunity for, all the other teams that'll be watching us to show them that, what the possible opponents that we may have, show them what they're going to have to deal with when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers. And not only that, your family's watching. some of your old high school teammates and high school friends and college friends, and everybody around the world have an opportunity to watch us on TV. And so it's huge. It's very good that you play well, and it's good that you get a win.
You were just voted by your teammates the Steelers recipient of the AdBlock Courage Award for what you went through during the off season with your illness. Can you talk about that a little bit, kind of give people an idea what it was you went through, the struggles you had?
I just I had an infected appendix, and some of the bacteria located in the appendix, which if it erupts can possibly kill you. And mine basically seeped into my system, and I had a lot of complications. My bowels became inflamed, and I had to get an NG tube because at that time my bowel bacteria was pouring back into my stomach, and so I had a lot of complications with fever, caught an infection in one of the incisions in my stomach, and I lost 29 pounds while I was there in a matter of a couple weeks, and so it was really tough. Lost a lot of energy. Didn't have an opportunity to train before training camp, and I came out, this year, and just, it was really tough in training camp, going out there every day, just feeling sick and nauseated and dizzy, and but it was kind of something that I expected, and I didn't complain or gripe. I just did what I could do and fight through it, and now I'm still here, having a pretty good year so far, and so I'm pretty excited, and I'm very thankful that my teammates voted me to win the award, and so it's not something that you're proud to have because, it means that you've been through something. And you never want to see anybody go through anything, regardless if it's what I went through or a knee injury. It's a tough thing to go through. But the biggest thing about the award is basically overcoming and succeeding through your trials and tribulations. So I'm excited to have won the award.
Were you afraid at times, maybe not even about playing football again, but just about being healthy?
Yeah, I was. I was very concerned. Like I said, it wasn't a typical appendix removal. I had part of my small intestines removed as well. And, the way things were going with high blood pressure, high fever, and, my bowels was not working. It was kind of, I might face actually having a colostomy bag and maybe never playing again. And so I wasn't so sure if I was going to be ready. Just, this happened basically in June, and, I knew like a month and a half away the season would be starting. And, I've heard from different doctors, sometimes it takes 6 months, some people longer, some people shorter time to basically feel normal again. And, so I just, kept my faith in God and just, just believed that everything's going to be okay. And, I believe that you can't live your life in fear. And so I just went out there and did what I can do.
Are you back to your old self yet, or are you still in that process?
You know what, I'm still in that process as far as getting my strength back. And, I have my days sometimes where, feel like things aren't working properly. But, I push through it. And, that's what this business is about. I'm pretty sure, many other guys on this team can say they feel different things and they hurt and ache as well. So that's a part of this business. And, I'm pretty sure there are people out there that don't play football that are aching every day as well, that have to get up and go to work or, take care of their children or, whatever the job may be. So I don't complain. I just come out here. But, if things get severe, I know this time to kind of, say something and go get it checked out earlier, because that's part of the reason why I had the problem that I had by not saying anything. I went on probably for a couple months without saying, hey, having a problem, maybe I need to get this checked out.
Is that maybe one of the drawbacks of being a football player? You're so used to dealing with pain that you ignore it when it comes?
I think so. As you get a little older, been playing this game. A lot of us have been playing this game since 8 years old, and you start feeling little aches and pains in your joints and your necks and backs and stuff like that. So, it's really hard to, for me, it was hard for me to say, well, this is my appendix hurting me. It wasn't that bad enough pain until the end, until it almost burst, to the point of me to speak up and say, hey, something's wrong. So I think it just comes, that's kind of how we're all wired in this business. You deal with pain, you basically taught to play through pain, and that's what I did. I came out, went through all the OTAs. I was playing little charity basketball here and there, not knowing that, I had this small little thing that was inside of my body swelling and basically infecting my system. So But I'm just thankful to be here, be a part of this organization, be a part of this team, and being able to still play this year.
Did going through something like this change your overall outlook in life?
Oh, most definitely. It helps me appreciate the little things, and you just never know when your last time may be, and that's opportunity to say goodbye, or that's why I try not to hold grudges. There are a lot of people that have went in for appendix and burst and actually died. So that could have easily happened to me as well with the complications that I was having. I was on the verge of getting pneumonia as well, and so things could have went the other way for me. I could have gotten so sick that I wouldn't have the opportunity to play this year. So I'm very thankful to be here. It's truly a blessing. And the biggest thing I learned out of this, if you're having problems or issue or you're not feeling right, go see somebody, get it checked out. It won't hurt to get it checked out. It doesn't make you less of a man or a woman. Just be health conscious about yourself, because you got to take care of your body, in essence. So if you're having problems, get it checked out.
Your own personal health isn't the only battle that's been going on in your life. Your mom's been battling breast cancer. What did it mean to you to put on the pink and be able to go out in that field and kind of honor her making that statement?
I mean a lot, my mom, we have a very more like so of a brother and sister relationship as well. My grandparents raised me for the majority of my life. My mom had me like right out of high school, so she went on to college, and I stayed with my grandparents. But she's still my mom. I respect her as a mama, but we do have like a kind of a brother-sister relationship, and knowing that they started doing this whole pink thing, I was all for it, just because it's a personal thing for me, being that my mom has breast cancer. So it meant a lot to her as well to wear pink, and for me to wear pink and the pink shoes. So I try to put on as much pink as I possibly can. I didn't put on the pink beanie, but I wore, wear pink gloves and pink cleats, which I think actually looks really cool.
So it is true, real men do wear pink?
Real men do wear pink. I have a few pink shirts as well at home.